WDW After Dark. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. The Disney vidcast for adults.
Oh my God!
Starring Jeff Davis, Aljon, Kristen Hetzel, with William Hershey and Eric Allen as the Beaver. WDW After Dark. WDW After Dark. Streaming live worldwide at WDWAfterDark.com. And now, prepare yourself for WDW After Dark.
Are you? Are you rocking with your balls out? I'm asking you a question. Welcome, After Darkers.
I am.
WDW After Dark. WDW After Dark brought to you by our good friends at Magical Your Journeys Traveled.
Where is that again? What is that name?
MagicalJourneysVacations.com, damn it.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
Book your trip now. There's a lot of stuff going on in Disney, and we're here to tell you the big 411 on it. We're giving you all the skinny, the news, all the stuff going around in the parks and Star Wars and Marvel and, oh my God, everything else that's going on in the world.
I know, right? Golly.
Everything in the world that you care about. You know, I sound like I'm a throwback from Attack of the Show from like 5 years ago.
Oh, golly.
Yes, we're Disney fans, and we love you, and we appreciate you tuning in every single week. I'm Aljon, and we are joined by, once again, our distinguished panel of Disney fans. Jeff Disney Davis.
Howdy do. How are you? Good to see everybody.
How do you do? Pleased to meet you. Also, Eric Allen. What's going on, Eric?
Yo, what's up? I'm just listening to the sound of stumps being ground outside my door.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nothing like ground stumps. You know, most people like coffee grounds. Eric has got some stuff grinding right outside his door.
Yeah.
Got coffee.
French roast.
French roast. Yeah.
Heck with coffee. I'm grinding stumps to drink. Lots of fiber in those.
Excitement personified.
But in case y'all didn't know, the big storms that you may have seen on the news that hit the small town of Kimberly, Alabama. You may have seen Al Roker on the Today Show standing in front of a church that, let's just call it's a ruin now. Well, he was standing about a quarter of a mile from my house.
Oh, golly. Oh, man.
Yeah. So, Fortunately, there was no damage to the house. No, this house was without power for a couple of days and without cable and internet for another day after that. But fortunately, thank you God, the only damage that was here was to 4 trees that were out in the yard. So they've all had to come down. And there's a guy out there right now. He's got a stump grinder, and this is the coolest thing ever. The stump that he's got a remote control for it. He's got like a freaking iPad out there. It's just like, kind of like, this is an Xbox achievement if there ever was one.
Achievement unlocked.
Achievement unlocked. Stump ground. But it's cool. I mean, it's like it's got tank treads on it, and this big old arm just goes.
Wow.
Sounds like cappuccino maker from hell or something like that.
What don't they have automated these days? Everything's automated. You know, you can control anything from an iPad just about, I would think.
That's
Except
true.
for this show. You can't control where the hell this show's going.
No, can't do it. No, impossible.
We get out, you try.
Show, including us.
That's right. You set an agenda, and this stuff happens. You know, it's free form.
It's the pirate code. They're more what you call guidelines than actual rules.
I apologize in advance to everyone because my allergies have gotten the best of me, and work has been kicking my ass, absolutely crazy. But having said that, someone that is kicking a lot of ass and taking names is back. Kristen is back. Not only is she back from Disney Cruise, working it over there for MagicalJourneysVacations.com, but she's also feeling a little under the weather as well. Kristen, how are you? Her mic is muted.
I'm fine.
Okay, there you go. She's a woman of little words these days. She's a woman of little words.
I'm trying to work at the same time.
Oh, I see. Well, there you go. Look at that.
You know, the Disney reservation system today is a very, 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 very long wait. So.
Nice. Well, of course, we do have a lot of news in the world of Disney, Disney parks, Disney travel deals. I just recently returned from C2E2, the Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo. A lot of stuff going on in the world of Marvel. A lot of stuff going on in the world of video games, and we're going to have all of that for you tonight. Going to try to make it nice and entertaining, a little dainty. Jeff is going to put on his flower dress, and he's going to play your top 5 Disney videos of the week. Jeff Davis, your dress is dark, and it looks like Darth Maul is on it.
It is. Darth Maul is on it, yeah, from the Star Wars weekends back in 2012, yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of the show was out there and picked up a shirt for me, which I was very appreciative of, and like to wear it a lot. I like to show off old Donald here doing his whole Darth Maul thing. Yeah, so it's
well, that is pretty appropriate considering how much Star Wars news we have to cover as well.
Golly gee whiz, yeah. There's just a plethora of Star Wars. It's crazy what's just happened in the last 72 hours when it comes to just the Disney company alone, right?
When it rains, it freaking pours.
Oh my God, it does. Yeah,
we went with a dry streak for the longest time, and now it seems like there are press releases, every which way you turn regarding the Disney company. So we've got a lot of things to cover. I'm going to grab some water because I'm losing my voice, and we're going to go ahead. Jeff Davis was kind enough to put together your top 5 Disney videos of the week list. Jeff, what do we have today?
Well, in no specific order, no one is better than the other. Let's just put it that way. We've got 2 different editions of Frozen Let It Go that we're going to bring you tonight. We're going to take a look at some footage when it comes to Disney Infinity 2.0. Lots of people very, very excited about that. We've got some footage of the 7 Dwarfs Mine Train. And, another one that you're just going to have to see to believe, really, when it comes to it. So I figured I'll just go from the top of the list. Pretty much here. I'm not going to do it in any specific order. Let me just kind of pull it up here real quick.
That's a good place to start.
Yeah, might as
well.
Go ahead
and do it.
Yeah, might as well. Why not? Why don't we?
It's a really fun place to start.
Why don't we go ahead and start with Disney Infinity 2.0? Check this out. This is pretty cool. Oh, how many people got excited when they started seeing Marvel characters in Disney Infinity? I was one of them.
Yeah.
Thor looks awesome.
Everybody looks freaking awesome.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of partial to Thor, but I still like the idea of the characters with the guns.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be fun.
The amount of missiles that Iron Man apparently can shoot is unbelievably crazy.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, it's what they call a missile gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can hashtag that one.
Hulk smash. I really like the art design of all those maquettes there, those figures. They look great.
They do. They really do. We see some even Guardians of the Galaxy, for crying out loud. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, I cannot wait. Rocket is going to be my favorite character.
Yes, you beat me to it.
I want
Loki.
You want? Loki. Yeah.
I think you should have Loki. Now, if this trailer doesn't make you want to get into Disney Infinity, I don't know what will.
Seriously.
Disney Infinity was already way cool, or as our friends in Boston would say, wicked cool. And you see all those Marvel characters. Now, I think, Eric, was it you who mentioned the fact that Disney Infinity will not be getting Star Wars characters for the time being?
Yet.
Okay.
And I stress the word yet.
That's exactly right.
But the thing is,
they've got to save something for the next sequel.
Yeah, I would say definitely save it for 3.0, but that doesn't mean we don't get Star Wars accessories. According to footage that Disney, showed everybody during this announcement, I saw a lightsaber in the footage. I'm sorry.
You could get a lightsaber in the current version.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. All the different.
You have to have
get all the figures.
Yes,
you have
that's
to
it.
Advance them to at least level 1, and then go to the Hall of Heroes and activate all the statues.
That's right. That's right.
There it is.
Even though I don't play the game, I feel that I should invest in getting those figures.
Yes.
Just because. Go ahead, Eric.
I promise you. You invest in this game, even if you get the online version, then it's awesome. It's like playing with Lego sets and all your favorite Disney characters. So it is surprisingly addictive.
It's just like they explained it when it first came out, when the big announcement for Disney Infinity came out. They referenced back to the days when they were kids, sitting in their playroom or the living room or anything else, and they had different toys, from different TV shows or cartoons, and everything you played with everything together, and you created your own world and so many other different things. And they have shown with the type of toy boxes that you can put together. It doesn't all have to be themed to Tron. It doesn't all have to be Alice in Wonderland. It doesn't all have to be one thing. You can put different things in your toy box and have it all different characters, and just it's endless. And the details we're going to talk about later on for 2.0, it's going to get even better. I mean, literally, it's just going to be unbelievable. I cannot wait to get my hands on the Hulk. Because I want a Hulk smash like crazy all over a toy box. I got to be honest with you.
You know what? That figure suits you, Jeff. I mean, you can
wait a minute.
Smash.
What are you trying to say? That the Hulk is me now? I thought that was Big Bubba B. That's not me.
Oh well. Oh, you're right.
It's Bubba Hulk. I got a question for you.
I stand corrected.
How awesome would it be to have the Hulk figure and play him in a toy box along with this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That would be cool. Yeah.
DVC 5571 posed the question, which figure is going to be bigger, Hulk or Ralph? And I'm just thinking, that's a very good question.
Ooh.
I would say, well, Wreck-It Ralph is supposed to be bigger than the Hulk.
He is.
Actually.
Yeah. Well,
I'm thinking the figure's probably going to be about the same size.
Well, I hope so. You know what would be really cool? And, I do hear what you're saying. I do feel that, like we had speculated before anyone else, Star Wars and Marvel characters are coming. And you heard me correct. WDW After Dark, we know what we're talking about. We know that it's coming. And we foresaw it. We foresaw that Marvel heroes would be coming. We know that down the road Star Wars will be coming.
Yeah.
But how cool would it be, and I'll say this again, to have park-exclusive figures like the Yeti, or to have the Figment and Dreamfinder.
Yep.
To have the 3 grinning ghosts from the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, yeah.
To have park-exclusive stuff that you can get when you're on vacation, and the only place you can get them is the Disney parks. How cool would that be?
Well, you've already got some.
Yeah.
You've already got it in a way.
Right.
Because your Magic Band will activate and unlock scenery in Disney Infinity.
Right. I think I think that kind of stuff would be great. But I also dig the fact that there are those collectible figures, and they're everyone's Vinylmation crazy or pin crazy or what have you. I think it'd just be another really neat thing to have a limited edition, as they do everything else at Disney. Limited edition figurines for the parks, which would be really neat. I mean, how cool would it be to have Aerosmith sign off their likeness to have an Aerosmith kit, right? I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that would be good, yeah.
Can you imagine the company I work for during the day licensing a black Les Paul? Oh my God.
Wow, that's crazy.
I would totally buy into that. I would, or a stretch limousine for, a ride vehicle.
There you go. Get some of the ride vehicles from the parks as power discs. I mean, even if you don't give me figures, you don't give me a Dreamfinder, you don't give me a Figment, you don't give me a Yeti, give me a freaking Doom Buggy.
Well, take a look at the popularity of last year's D23 Expo, when everybody that was at a certain event received Sorcerer Mickey. It was a D23 exclusive Disney Infinity figurine that you could only get at D23. And those things were going on eBay for hundreds upon hundreds of dollars. And of course, everybody knew that Sorcerer Mickey was going to be available in early 2014 and everything. But the fact that they had an exclusive character from D23, if they were to do characters from the Disney parks or, attraction-specific characters, again, those would be an exclusive type, like you said, Aljon, limited edition, highly, and I do mean highly collectible, the type that you play a couple of times, then you put it away for a while and don't let any dust get on it, because they would be, the only way to get them is right there at the Disney park. So that makes sense to me. I like that idea.
Have you ever tried playing the game with the characters and not removing them from their package and just simply trying to set them onto the platform? Have you tried that?
I have not here. Now, I know that at some places like at Toys R Us and at Walmart, they do have the Disney Infinity display set up. Some of these stores do have a base that you can take your character and you can put it on their base, and a little promo video will come up on the screen on the specific character. I don't know if that's going to work specifically on the Disney Infinity base that comes with your console or your PC, because I haven't tried that yet. So I might have to try that the next one I get. See if it works.
That's very interesting. Very interesting. Kristen, does any of this interest you in the slightest?
Not a whole lot.
Okay.
She had to think about it.
So
she had to take a moment. No.
Not a moment.
It's funny. We had the opportunity to buy the game when it was on sale, and Kristen was like, "My God, the game's on sale." And I'm like, "Well, why the hell didn't you buy it?" And she's like,
"Well, we talked about it on the show."
That's right. You did talk about it on the show. I remember that.
Hey, not everybody seen every episode.
No, but we talked about it on the show because it was on sale at Walmart, and I think it was Nate that posted it.
Yeah, maybe.
Could have been.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe so. The chat room is happening, by the way. Let me remind everybody that the WDW After Dark web show is designed for Disney adult fans. Viewer discretion is advised, and we urge everyone to spread the word about the show and join us in the chat room. Disney Infinity moving forward in mighty Marvel ways.
Mighty Marvel ways?
That's pretty good.
Is anything like Mighty Marvel Geeks?
Kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
That one can hear Saturday nights on Sorcerer Radio.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I'll take shameless plugs for one.
I tell you what, yeah. No, how about that? Yeah.
Aljon's got his thinking cap on tonight.
Hey, I'm full of segues this year.
He's a rhyming man tonight. He's going to break it down and throw it down while you're downtown.
Well, speaking of throwing down like Thor's hammer, Jeff Davis has got your next video of the week. What do we have?
Oh, okay. So another big event this week that a lot of people have been looking forward to and waiting for, I guess, a couple of years for this to start up and for us to get to see the inside, what was going to be going on, how interactive it was going to be. what the train ride was going to be like, what the animatronics were going to be like, everything. It all finally came together this week at the Magic Kingdom. The Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, not exactly in a soft opening status, but they did have the dedication for the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. A huge media event went on, and bloggers, podcasters, videocasters, all kinds of people were out there to get a first-hand look at the new Seven Dwarfs Mine Train right there in Fantasyland in the Magic Kingdom. And our good friend and lucky guy that he is, Ricky Brigante, of course, was there from Inside the Magic. And the amount of footage that this guy has put together for the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is absolutely unbelievable. He did a fantastic job. One specifically that I watched earlier today it was a POV ride-through, but it was a ride-through of his face the very first time he was on the attraction. I mean, as he was getting on it for the first time. And as he's riding it... Hold on,
Jeff. We call that the virgin face.
The virgin... That is actually true, yeah. That's what it would be.
Show me your Disney side, hashtag that.
Yeah, and he literally looked like he was a 7-year-old little boy. His mouth was open pretty much 95% of the ride, except for a couple of points, because his eyes were just, wide as could be. He was just like that the entire time. Fantastic video. I recommend everybody go and check out his videos on the new Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. But we do have his footage right here, a POV ride for you from Ricky Brigante and Inside the Magic. You need to check this out. This is really cool.
I haven't seen much made out of the rocking ride vehicles.
Well, the thing is, I think with this type of a vehicle, yes, it moves with the track. It's not as much as a wobbly, what I think everybody was led to believe in a way, the way it kind of leans with the track a little bit in a kind of a different manner as you look at the video. But it doesn't get very rocky. It's not like throwing you around or anything else like that. It's a very fluid, seems very smooth, especially for somebody that's even holding a camera,
Yeah, I figured it would be because it relies on centrifugal force, and so as it leans into a turn, it's going to lean with it.
Yeah.
But I just remember there being a lot made of it when they first announced, hey, these are the ride vehicles, and then all of a sudden, swinging ride vehicles? What swinging ride vehicles?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, now there are other things to talk about, like the demonic deer with the glowing eyes inside the ride. And,
yeah.
By the way, Kristen, should you be watching this?
Should I be watching it?
Yeah, because you know how you get and you watch ride through video.
I'm not watching it.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, there you go.
If I thought this was going to show his face. It's not showing his face.
No, this isn't the one with his face or anything. This is just the POV ride-through of just the attraction. Yeah.
All right. I was going to say, thank God Kristen's not watching it because it's going to spoil it for her.
Yeah, I don't ever watch anything.
I tell you, we got to...
Are we talking
of it all.
theme park ride spoilers now?
Yeah,
you're gonna
apparently,
have to You're going to have to say spoiler alert.
As long as I can't see it, I'm in good shape. Once I watch it, then I'll feel like I've been on it, and then I'm like, oh, this is boring. I like the riding something for like the first time, and you don't know what you're gonna get. And
Kristen likes to show her Disney side.
Well, what's real interesting though, and I've been reading a lot about this, is another attempt for Disney and their Imagineers when it comes to animatronics. And what they call like a 3D animatronic. The face itself is a digital face for the actual character in the attraction. And you've got other props on the face, the nose or the ears and the beard, but the eyes and the mouth is all done digitally, on a type of screen that they're putting onto the animatronic. And Eric, you had mentioned that you weren't totally impressed with the animatronics for this, but I think they're absolutely fantastic. But they look different when you're looking at them on a video, and they look different when you're looking at them actually in, as a person right there riding the attraction. So it could be different than what we're seeing.
My concern with that is because they're using pretty much like the same projection technology that they used for Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin.
And a Little Mermaid as well, yeah.
Yeah, and a Little Mermaid. I'm not going to say I don't like it. I prefer the full facial animatronics.
Yeah.
Now, it could be, yes, this way the facial expressions are better, they're more fluid. And yes, what we saw in the video, the animatronics did move very fluid and did move very lifelike as cartoon characters can get, I guess. But it's just, that just kind of bothers me. And like you said, maybe it is because I'm watching it on a video and not watching it in person.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the other situation could be the fact that, it's maybe less prone to breaking down and parts wearing out.
Yeah.
I
understand the logic behind it. Just...
Yeah, and the technology is not new. I mean, you see it every time you go into the Haunted Mansion, for heaven's sake, and you have those busts that are singing, and I think those look great. When they redid it, as long as they keep, make sure that it's the highest possible quality of video that they can possibly get on it.
Yeah.
But I think Jeff said it right. I think we just have to wait and see if it looks just as good, if not better, in person. And gosh. From what I can tell, it looks pretty darn good to me. So there you go.
The interesting combination that they've done here is taking I wouldn't say full-fledged roller coaster, but they've taken a type of roller coaster and they've integrated it with a dark ride as well. You've slowed the attraction down. You've brought out the animatronics. You've got the songs from the movie that are so very familiar, so it gets you singing, it gets you into, what's happening, watching them, mining all the gems, heading home to work, and then, again, the mine train starts up again, and you're with them, you're on your way back to see Snow White, and of course it ends at the end of the attraction, back there at the cottage, with them singing, and of course Maleficent and her nasty-looking granny form out there, waiting for them to, do her thing and stuff. So the two that they've done is a fantastic combination. I think it's a great job. Just watching it from a video, I'd love to be able to experience it firsthand like everybody else is right now. I'm just going to have to wait. But the excitement is really there. I'll probably have the same look on my face that Ricky had in his video when it comes to getting to ride that for the first time, kind of like Eric is doing right now. So, yeah, it's going to be really, really cool.
Say something, Eric. Someone screen cap that. That's his Disney side right there.
I know, right? It's crazy.
That's my Disney side.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh,
But
God,
yeah.
I look like a country bear.
God.
That's great.
I'm watching the playback on my other screen, and it's just kind of like, holy cow.
Start
It's your blood on the saddle.
I was going to say, yeah. You're gonna start calling him Gomer. All right.
So let's switch gears a little bit, and everybody has, pretty much seen the movie Frozen by now. If you haven't heard of this, except for you guys, you haven't seen it yet.
No.
God.
I have actually beat y'all to watching a Disney movie.
That's a shocker right there. That's an actual shocker. Yeah.
Talk to the left, because y'all ain't right.
But I did see Captain America in 3D.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Well, that counts. I call that as counting. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Good for you. But switching from that.
Good for you.
Okay, so you haven't seen the movie, but I mean, everybody knows the song "Let It Go." I mean, it's.
I don't see how you can avoid it.
It's just everywhere. It's no matter where you go, you're hearing it. Matter of fact, I heard it at the movie theater a couple of weeks ago, just while I was getting popcorn. One of the people up there giving me my popcorn, "Let it go," letting it out. I heard, "Do you want to build a snowman?" It's everywhere.
It's like the #1 soundtrack out there.
But, you want to know what's horrible? Is on the Disney Cruise Line for their karaoke bar, they still do not have that song.
Oh my God!
Right?
Disney fail.
Bastards. Wow, that's a shocker.
That's ridiculous.
I can't believe this.
That is a shocker. Well, you have the KJ to blame. You know, when I was a KJ back in the day, I would always have hit songs.
As they came out. They were. Before they came out even. Are you kidding me? Shoot.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, it's not just kids singing it like I was saying before. Even adults are out there singing it. And surprisingly, even members of our armed forces are even singing the song Let It Go. And specifically, this video right here was featured this morning on Good Morning America. Our very own United States Marine Corps is even singing Let It Go. Take a look.
On a Disney network? Imagine that.
I know.
Golly gee.
And they are loving it. They're really into it.
Oh my goodness.
I wonder if they knew they were being recorded.
Of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I had to know.
God bless our troops.
I can understand they get bored sometimes, so they want to entertain themselves. Well, they're doing that. There's no doubt about it.
Well, troops, I hope you monetize that video for YouTube, because you guys are going to be rolling in some damn dough.
Yeah. But there's one specific part of this video, though. They're waiting for one specific part of this video. It is where Elsa lets her hair down, and they're going to go absolutely nuts when Elsa lets her hair down and begins to sing again. It's a classic moment.
They're lonely, lonely men.
They are. There must be like nothing to do on this base whatsoever. MWR has got some work to do, apparently.
Oh yeah, no kidding, right? They must not have the WWE network over there.
They must not, yeah.
Because we know the troops love WWE network. Holy smokes. Elsa, let down your hair.
Oh, wonderful. Now you're going to tie into that ridiculous conspiracy.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, I'm all about it. It makes sense. It's all connected, hashtag.
They're starting to get into it now. The hands are going up and everything else. Yeah, they know what's coming.
Oh, God, no. It's like a Hail Hydra.
Hail Olaf. If you turn if you mute the screen, it just looks like they're doing Rawhide. Rawhide.
Oh, there it is. Now they're excited. There it is.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. It is Bonanza, but I just wanted to say Rawhide for some reason. There you go. You know what it is? I think
God.
All these guys must have their kids, and they're sitting at home with their kids and seeing how excited their kids get watching Frozen, and I think they're just imitating that. They're like, how cool would it be to have a viral video to where we're just imitating our kids and putting on YouTube?
Yeah.
We need to have another WDW After Dark movie night.
Oh yeah, you're right, Eric. We did.
We haven't done that in a long time.
It's been a couple of years since we did that.
We've only done that once, haven't we? It was the Beauty and the Beast.
We did Wall-E as well. We did Wall-E.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah, we did that
Holy
one.
smokes, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it has.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to call it before the year's out. We got to do it.
Well, what movie would you like to see, everyone?
Oh,
I think it would be interesting for us to debate that. The troops over there watching Frozen together. Maybe we can watch a Disney classic. Maybe we can watch something from the, would you watch a golden era Disney classic or a silver era classic? Like The Little Mermaid and forward. Or would you watch a Pixar film?
Well, see, we've done a Pixar film. We did Wall-E.
Or maybe we watch a Marvel film.
Oh, or a
That's
Star
like
Wars.
Over 2-hour movies.
Well, the other thing we could do is we could provide commentary for a Star Wars film our own way.
That's true.
We could do that as well.
It's not like we don't know the films,
Yeah, that's true. I tell you, that's something that maybe we can have in terms of a poll. Maybe Mr. Eric can put that in through the Soracom Review Facebook page and find out from the community exactly what they want to watch together. We'll invite everybody from every Disney community along to do a group watch. How about that?
Okay.
I don't know. We're going to allow the After Dark viewers to choose this. I mean, that kind of scares me a little bit. I mean,
well, it has to be a Disney
that's
or Pixar
scary.
It has to be a Disney-owned movie, okay?
A Disney-owned franchise, right?
So nothing from Pornhub.com. Just leave that alone. Just
no.
Oh my God, Jeff! 1-800-GIRLS once again.
Don't do that. Okay, leave that out. That's
dear Lord, Jeff.
I know that because I watched a movie the other day with that on there, and I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me?
Oh dear.
You seen the movie Don Juan? You know what I'm talking about.
Well, how can you not? I mean, Don Juan. I mean, that's a Scarlett Johansson. Anyway,
thank you exactly. Yeah.
Once again, that was interesting. Well, kudos to the troops. We love the troops, and thank you for doing what you're doing, and thank you for your support of the Disney mega empire. Wherever you are.
Oh my.
I'm sure they were watching that on Blu-ray combo pack.
Probably
so. Order that now through WDWAfterdark.com, Amazon store. So here's the next video. What do we have on tap, Jeff?
You actually came across this one, Aljon, and you threw it onto the contributors page on Facebook. Star Wars versus Star Trek burlesque at the Acme Superstore in Florida. Can you explain this for me? Because I'm not understanding it.
Well, first of all, this is an interesting. This is a twofer from Ricky Briganti himself.
Yeah,
and we have to have Ricky on the show. He's such a real big Disney fan. Obviously, he's one of us, and Ricky's a really, really cool dude. And I love the fact that he's not afraid of showing some stuff on his channel now. Keep in mind that Inside the Magic has been around for many, many years, and it is a family-friendly web channel. However, Outside the Magic happens to do a lot with, stuff that's a little racy content, just kind of like this show, After Dark. The WDW After Dark is for Disney adult fans, after all.
Right.
So prepare yourself for what you have. Now, of course, this is a guideline. And I'm sure, Jeff, when you post this, you're going to make sure that it is 18 and up. Either that or you're going to just fast forward through some of the more spicy stuff.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not, this is at the Acme area, and I think this may have been recorded at MegaCon in Orlando. But this is a burlesque show, so you know what burlesque shows do. They're women that are proud of their shape, they're proud of their bodies. They're geeks. They like to celebrate geek culture. And so you've got a dancing Jedi. You're going to see some interesting Star Trek girls, fans. I guess we can just kind of let the video speak for itself. And in fact, I would probably urge you to go ahead and check out Ricky Briganti's webpage, Outside the Magic. And maybe after this little clip of Slave Leia, we probably should stop it.
I would think so, probably. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I'd probably just, before it goes a little bit too risque, because we want to, let's go ahead and just, oops, there you go.
Yeah, the pasties are enough. Yeah,
okay.
That's good.
I think you pretty much can get that. If you want to check out more of that video, like I said, check out Outside the Magic and Ricky Briganti's adult video content there. And, it's interesting. Burlesque is cool. And like I said, more power to the females that really, express themselves in dance in that form. I've had a lot of experience with burlesque because my band has had a few burlesque dancers on stage from time to time. So,
oh my God,
it does happen. Good times.
Good times indeed. Yeah, that was an interesting one to watch. Let's just put it that way.
Well, it is Slave Leia. I mean, the Slave Leia was, that was on par. So, you might want to check that out and get back to us and tell us what you think about the rest. I'll just leave it to you like that. Hey, and Ricky's got some balls for putting it out there. And like I said, a lot of respect to those women that do the burlesque and have fun. I mean, that is a labor of love for them. So that's good.
Definitely, I agree with you 100%. Yeah. So we got one more to go. I know everybody remembers Francis.
Oh dear God.
You know, what else is his name? What, Boogie, Woogie, Oogie, Doogie, something, whatever, but it's Francis.
Kristen loves Francis.
Yeah. He's a very interesting individual. I've seen him destroy consoles, rip up toys, destroy his room, throw computers. We've seen him do Disney stuff on his channel. It's rather amazing.
He is the human manifestation of Kenny or not Kenny, but Cartman from South Park.
He is, yeah.
He even sounds like him. It's like, screw you guys, I'm going home.
It's part of his character. Make no mistake, this guy makes a ton of money from his YouTube page.
He does. I'm a true believer of that because he's got a following. Like you would not expect to see that kind of a following, but that's what's trending these days. That's what everybody's looking for, is that raw, unedited type of YouTube channel, and that's what gets him thousands and sometimes millions of hits on his channel. And
Jesus, more hits than our damn channel. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, right. I know.
And, you know what's really funny is you see the chat room right now. I'm sorry to interrupt, Jeff, but I have to say it. Big Bubba B's comment: "Release the Kraken."
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's nice. That's a good one.
Oh well, he has definitely gone above and beyond this time around. We've already seen one video of somebody, enjoying one of the most popular songs from the movie Frozen, "Let It Go," but we had no idea whatsoever that Francis was also going to let it go.
Hey guys, Francis here, and I got a message for all the haters out there. All the haterators always hating on the haterade.
What do we have here?
This one's for you.
Here he goes.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen.
It's a very somber moment with him. It's wow.
And it looks like I'm the king.
Oh God.
The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried.
All the haters
Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good
there.
boy you've always had to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know.
Oh, dear
But
Lord.
now they know.
I got a cheeseburger. I hadn't eaten in 5 minutes.
Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go.
Oh God.
Let it go. Turn around and slam the door.
No shit.
I don't care what you're going to say. Let your storm rage
Jabba the
on.
Hutt.
The cold never bothered
Jabba
me
no
any.
bother.
Suck it, nerds!
God, jeez.
Damn it.
Oh my God, he's stupid. He's such an idiot.
Oh my God. And we're out.
And we're done. End the show right there. It's over. God.
This is
I don't
WDW
get
After
that
Dark.
guy.
You what?
What? I don't get that guy. What is his problem?
I don't know how to
We
explain
don't have time
Francis.
to go over.
Yeah, we have way too much news to cover in the show to talk about.
To
This
try
is
and
only
explain
a
Francis.
2-hour show.
It's like a special edition or something, you know?
Oh, special edition is right, Jeff.
Yeah. It's
Somebody
Francis
needs to get him
Unplugged.
help.
Oh God.
So Kristen, what is your clinical opinion of Francis?
Oh God.
I
Break it
think
down.
Francis needs to seek some medical help.
That's an understatement.
He has some anger issues.
Yeah.
I would say that he's in a Danny Bonaducci type of roid rage, but he doesn't look like he's doing any roids at all.
I know, really. It's just...
I think this is Domino's Pizza rage.
Yeah, it's like Domino's or Doritos or something. I mean, my God, it's just not...
Doritos Extreme!
One woman like Phyllis.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
hey, wait, hold on a second. Hey, Phyllis, what do you think of your friend over there, Francis?
I think he's absolutely adorable. I love his videos. I'm always watching to see what he's going to do next. But I just don't like it when he throws things. That's absolutely... Do you know the amount of money that I have to pay stuff for Jimmy? I would never allow him to throw shit like that. That's ridiculous.
Who the hell is Jimmy?
You son of a bitch! You know who Jimmy is! Jimmy is my little boy. Don't you dare talk about him. You son of a bitch!
Little boy?
Yes, I've always... Oh, I cannot believe that y'all have forgotten about little Jimmy. This is just terrible.
You may not be able to hear this right now, but Kristen is about ready to pass out.
You have to take care of that special woman. She's very, very sensitive. You have to be careful with her. All right, Aljon? I be careful with Jimmy all the time. You have to be careful with her, okay?
All right, Phyllis. Thank you so much for chiming in on Francis's video. Some things just need to be left unsaid.
Okay, we have Francis and Phyllis in the same show. Oh, Lord. Can it get any better than this?
No, it can't.
Hey, Jeff and Eric, you might as well go ahead and start talking about the headlines because Kristen and I can't talk right
now. Don't ask that woman questions like that. You're gonna make her go off, for God's sakes. Jeez. Oh
God, we've had a request in the chat room. Let Phyllis sing "Let It Go."
Oh God, no.
Oh my God, yes.
That's a bad idea.
Yes. Do it for Jimmy, Phyllis.
Okay,
you are not allowed to do that. You're going to kill me if you do.
Okay. We're going to take a break from our scheduled programming. We're going to go ahead and have Jeff go ahead, call up the Let It Go karaoke right now.
No.
Go ahead, Jeff.
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, there we go. During the credits. There you go.
I will talk with Phyllis privately about that and see what she has to say.
You will not do such a thing. You will get Phyllis on the damn air right now.
No, you won't. No, you won't. See,
people
have do this because he does not want me to die from lack of oxygen. We have to wait till my cough issue's gone.
Oh God.
We have stars that we have our own moments here on WDW. I can't even talk. Hold on. I can't even talk.
Oh, God.
Screw it. Just go to the news.
All right. We'll do headlines.
Kristen and Aljon will be back after these important messages.
Phyllis and Francis in one episode is too much. It's just too much. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into it before Kristen and Aljon die on us. We're going to get into some headlines. Find out what's going on around the parks, and there's just a plethora, literally a plethora of things. Now, this past week, Mad Magic Plus changed a few things on FastPass Plus.
Whole lot, by the way.
Yeah. You are now able to choose more than 3 FastPass Pluses while you're in the park. Here's the deal. What you do have to do is you have to use your initial 3 that you have scheduled before your vacation via My Magic Plus. Once you use those 3, you can go to one of the FastPass kiosks around the park, and you can obtain another FastPass. Once you use that one, you can obtain another, and so forth and so forth. So that is good to go. They've implemented it, and it's working 100% from what I understand. Now, the other thing that they have done that we've talked about as well is the fact that you can now use your FastPass Plus option when you're doing your park hopping. A lot of people said there's no point in getting the park hopping option anymore because I can't use FastPasses. Well, that's not the case anymore. Let's say you start your day at Epcot and you've moved over to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Once you get to the studios, go to one of the FastPass Plus kiosks, and you can get a FastPass Plus for one of the attractions that are available. Now, keep this in mind. A lot of people that morning or throughout the day have taken up a lot of the spots that have been available to use for FastPass Plus, so some of that stuff may not be available anymore. Times may be already taken. So choose wisely or just switch parks a little bit earlier. It's the only thing I can recommend. This is still in the infant stage. We're going to see how it works out and a couple of other things. And Tom Staggs did say this. He said, as we've said from the beginning, My Magic Plus will continue to evolve over time with the aim of continuing to improve our guest experience with us in response to feedback from our guests. So there could be more changes coming within the next 6 to 8 months, maybe next year. We don't really know.
This better be good.
Uh-oh. But I guess that everybody's going to be happy for the time being. A lot of people are going to stop complaining about FastPass Plus for now until they find something else to probably be upset about. So that's going on. Just the other day, matter of fact, yesterday, as a matter of fact, Disney's Hollywood Studios celebrated their silver anniversary, 25 years, the 25th anniversary of Disney's Hollywood Studios. Had a lot of things going on at the park. A lot of people were there. They had a motorcade called the Stars of Studios that took its way down Hollywood Boulevard. They also had a huge fireworks show right there at the stage in front of the Mickey Sorcerer hat that went on. Got to see footage of the fireworks special. Was absolutely fantastic and just massive too. I mean, really big. They did a fantastic job with that. But a lot of the characters were involved. Some of the newer characters actually were in the motorcade as well. And when it came to like Captain Jack Sparrow, Darth Vader, Doc McStuffins, Wreck-It Ralph, Vanellope, Sophia the First, and a lot more were in the motorcade. A lot of people enjoyed that. Mickey and Minnie did a nice little thing there on the stage at the beginning of the day at 10 o'clock. So a lot of different things going on. Some merchandise was also sold there on Hollywood Boulevard. Merchandising.
Merchandising. Like a real movie is made.
Exactly. And of course, I'm almost guaranteeing that the lines for 25th anniversary merchandise when it came to Disney's Hollywood Studios was probably ridiculous there on Hollywood Boulevard. So hopefully a lot of people had a great time, and we'll get to see some good footage as the days go on, and especially if you're looking on YouTube or whether you're checking out Jedi Mouseketeer or SOSounds.com, we'll have some probably footage pop up and of some of the merchandise that went up and everything else. So make sure you check those websites for any other information that's going to be going on. I'm not going to talk about Feel the Force because I want Aljon to talk about that when it comes to Star Wars weekends. But then, of course, another big one was the media event that went on at Walt Disney World this week. There were two different big media events that Disney World put on for, like I said before, podcasters, bloggers, vidcast people, people with stations, and there was a lot of people, lots of people blogging and talking about what was going on. And it wasn't just the Seven Dwarfs mine train that we're talking about. There was also announcements on different things that are coming to the Disney parks within the next year, next couple of years. And I just want to tell you about a couple of them. Of course, we did see footage from the Seven Dwarfs mine train. The queue is absolutely fantastic in this attraction. Very interactive. There's one point where you can take gems and you can sort the gems with the station that you're at. The kids absolutely love it. I think the adults love it just as much as well. There's also an interactive station that involves water and specific lighting that goes with the water, and it makes specific sounds. You put your hand up underneath a light and water comes down. So it kind of cools you off a little bit while you're waiting in the queue line, something else to keep you just a little bit occupied while you're probably waiting 300 minutes to ride the Seven Dwarfs mine train like it's going to be on May the 28th. That's when that attraction is going to be opening. Official grand opening will be May the 28th, and they've also got a couple of interactive things here and there. But also going on, they had a couple of other media events that a lot of people went to. One announcement was the Rivers of Life Lagoon Show that has been announced for Disney's Animal Kingdom, bringing nighttime life to Walt Disney World. And specifically, they also talked about a nighttime experience on Kilimanjaro Safari. We're talking probably night vision goggles or night vision something to be able to see, the the animals while they're there. So I think that's going to be a fantastic idea for you to actually get to see what goes on at night on, that huge attraction. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Also, they talked about Harambe Nights, announced as a new evening entertainment for Disney's Animal Kingdom, and there's also going to be a special Lion King performance that's going to go along with that. This is all stuff coming down the line later on in the year and also in 2015, so remember that. It's not just around the corners. It's going to be a little bit longer. Also, announced for the Polynesian Village Resort is going to be Trader Sam's Grog Grotto. Aljon, you've been to Trader Sam's before. Over in Disneyland, am I correct?
Oh yeah, several times, and I know Kristen and I really enjoy taking our friends and our workmates to Trader Sam's. But this looks pretty big. It looks a lot bigger, and hopefully they've improved it. Kristen, what are your thoughts on the new kind of attraction?
I'm ready for it. I think it's going to be a good replacement for Adventurers Club.
Yeah.
Of course that shut down, and it's been a big disappointment for a lot of people since it's been gone. So I think that's going to be a good kind of filling kind of thing. I do think that's going to bring even more people over to the Polynesian.
Yeah. I think it's going to be great.
It should be. It should be a fantastic time, because I've never been to Disneyland before, so I've never experienced what Trader Sam's is all about. So I'll be
it's really cool.
Really looking forward to checking that out. Yeah.
I do hope that the size of this is at least twice as big as Trader Sam's, because if not,
probably 4 times as big.
We're going to have a huge problem, I think.
They did not mention the dimensions on it, so I don't know the specifics on that one. But I would think it would be bigger, considering the amount of how many people actually show up to vacation there is twice as much when you have Disneyland, so you're going to probably have a bigger venue to offer this type of stuff for everybody. So actually, it's going to be pretty cool. From the concept art that I saw and stuff that they showed, it is going to be actually pretty awesome when they come around and get this done. And they also talked about, and I know a lot of people don't care about this because they're anti-Avatar and everything else, but they did talk about Pandora. They did show some more, not necessarily, a little bit of concept art, but we saw the majestic floating mountains will be represented there in Avatar Land. We're also it's going to be very interactive, specifically when you walk in the area. As you walk on the ground is going to light up like it did in the film, because it's all about the wildlife of Pandora, the vegetation of Pandora, the experience. I mean, when people saw the movie, they wanted to go to Pandora. They wanted to, be part of the planet, and that's what Disney is doing, is giving people the opportunity to visit that planet and experience the same things that you saw in the movie itself. And one thing I did saw. What's that?
What did I say when they first announced this? I said, if they can pull out the planet, pull out the landscape, separate it from the movie, from the story of the movie, it has potential to be good.
I think it will be. When you're when you're implementing the landscape of Pandora and everything that it had to offer, and they are stepping away from the actual movie, story itself, but the environment, from what it looks like, and just concept art, but also the models that they showed. It's going to represent Pandora like you could probably have never imagined. And we're talking some really, and I do mean brand new type of technology that Disney Imagineers have never done before. And I think that's why it's taken so long in the first place for them to actually come up with and start the groundwork, break ground and start the Avatar Land at the Animal Kingdom, because it took so long for Disney Imagineers to literally invent this technology that you're going to see go into this land of the Animal Kingdom. So that just makes me even more excited to see what it's going to look like. I may not be there for opening day, but I am going to be there to actually experience all of it. You're going to have the opportunity to fly on one of those dragon-looking things that you saw in the movie. There's also going to be a boat ride as well. I think that's going to be very interactive. We're talking maybe Pirates of the Caribbean type or something like that. But we'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be, 2017 before this place opens up, so we still have a few years and a lot more details to go through. But Only a couple more things to talk about here. But I'm sure the media event probably talked about a whole lot of other things. I don't have time to go through all of it. But, check Jedi Mouseketeer, check srsounds.com for all the information when it came to the 2 different media events and also the opening of the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train in the past couple of days of Walt Disney World. You have the opportunity to do something very special that I haven't talked about since the Year of a Million Dreams promotion, and that was back in, 2008, I believe? It's been a few years, and I haven't mentioned this in a long time. You've got a chance for one memorable picture could win someone a 4-day, 3-night trip for up to 4 to the Walt Disney World Resort and the chance to spend the night in the Magic Kingdom Cinderella Castle Suite. We have not heard anything about that in years, literally. So I'm hoping that they dust everything off really, really well because those doors have been closed. The latest contest is called the Best Moment Ever, and it invites people to submit one photo depicting a moment of achievement or accomplishment in their lives and caption that photo in a memorable way. Participants can submit their entries online through 11:59 p.m. on May the 14th, 2014. By visiting the official Best Moments Ever sweepstakes website. All you have to do is Google it and you can find it. Entrants should read all submission guidelines and eligibility requirements before entering. And finally, I know I'm not a runner. I'm more of a walker because I'm flat-footed as Donald Duck. I said that. I'm not going to say it again. I'm as flat-footed as Donald. There's no doubt about that. But if you are shut up. If you are a runner or you're very fast jogger or a fast walker, don't waste any time registering for the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend events that opened up last week for registration. And of the 6 events that are going on during the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend, I believe it did say, they're scheduled January 7th through the 11th. 2015, 4 have already sold out in less than 1 week. So you've only got 2. The sold-out events include the Half Marathon, the Walt Disney World 10K, the Disney Family Fun Run 5K, and the Dopey Challenge. So the remaining 2 events have limited space for any interested runners or walkers, whatever you're going to do. Currently, the Walt Disney World Marathon is probably at about 80%, I'd say, and enrollment for Goofy's Race and a Half Challenge stands at around 60%. So not a lot of time if you're going to decide to do stuff like that. And that's all of the clean Walt Disney World news I have for this week. I'm done.
Are you meaning to say the rest of our news will be dirty?
Probably so, because the rest of the beginning of the show has been dirty up to this point. So, I mean, yeah, I guess. You say that it was clean, but boy, man, I didn't have the cough button ready for you. I didn't mean for it to come out that way. I just kind of fumbled through the word duck, and something else came out. I don't know.
Just remember, Cinco de Mayo is happening in a few days, and Donald Duck would be very, very different. He wouldn't understand.
He wouldn't. No, he doesn't understand half the crap anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No, we hardly understand half the crap anyways. That's
a good point, yeah.
So anyway. We've got video game news. Mr. Eric Allen, you've got stuff going on for Disney Infinity. What can you tell us? We saw the preview video earlier. It seems like there are a lot of characters that are going to be released for the Disney Infinity 2.0. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, actually I can. First of all, as you saw you saw the characters from the Avengers some of them anyway, in the video earlier. But you've also, you're going to have Thor, you're going to have Cap, you're going to have the Hulk. You saw those 3. You're also going to have Black Widow and Hawkeye. And let's see. I tell you, really, what's gotten me interested are the power discs in this so far, because this is something that I have not seen before in the original Disney Infinity, because they're actually giving you team-ups. Like, you have they're the round discs that go with it, that fit, about the size, and basically at the base of these. All right, you have team-ups in there. You have Iron Patriot, you have Winter Soldier, you have another one. I'm trying to think who it is. But all in all, they're going to be like 80 of these things.
Right.
So it makes me see, yes, this is a preview. This is a sneak preview. And I'm just like, oh my God. This is going to be like the original Disney Infinity. It's not just a sequel. This is like doubled.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and I'll say this, everyone's interested in the characters, and if you didn't catch, we're going to be posting a roundup about this on JediMasketeer.com, but Joe Quesada, the Chief Creative Officer of Marvel, did a little presentation. And did you happen to catch all of the comics that scrolled across the screen during the presentation?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I'll give you a hint. Not only do they have the Avengers there, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and who am I missing? And Captain America. But you also have on the screen She-Hulk. You also have Black Panther, Luke Cage. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. Ant-Man. Iron Fist.
Did you say Ant-Man?
I did say Ant-Man.
Oh,
wherever Ant-Man
God,
is, there's
not
also the Wasp.
Ant-Man. Come on.
Well, I've got more news about Ant-Man later, just for you, Jeff. But, and of course, during that press conference, the gentleman who plays Philip Coulson from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Was also there as well. So, man, how cool is that? You know, when you have Clark Gregg there, Phil Coulson himself. You know, one would only think.
It makes you
think
there's got to be a Coulson Infinity figure coming out at some point.
Oh, I'm sure we're going to have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in there to tie into the show.
Lola maybe, is going to be represented. Lola is a power disc.
Yes. Right. And not only that, but you'll also have a Captain America's Sky Cycle I saw, and of course you mentioned this earlier in the show, the Guardians of the Galaxy as well.
Yeah.
You know, so wow.
Even Spider-Man is involved with this.
Ghost Rider as well.
And it gets even better than that.
Right. Yeah, Spider-Man and Ghost Rider and Daredevil, if I'm not mistaken.
We're looking at
I would assume that every one of those.
We've got over a dozen characters from the Marvel universe that are going to be represented in this 2.0 version. There's going to be a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
And in this 2.0 version, this is something that we haven't said yet. Everything from the original Disney Infinity, you'll be able to play it on this.
Yep.
All the figures, all the discs, all the play sets, everything.
That's going to be
so
great.
You will have your... you can have your Wreck-It Ralph and Hulk. You can have your Perry the Platypus and Captain America.
That's going to be so cool.
That, I think, is awesome. And especially if both of them will have the lightsaber. You know?
Wow. Yeah. Wow, can you imagine a team-up between Jack Sparrow and Iron Man? It'd be interesting.
And even in the 2.0 version, we're not just talking about simply... of course, you know, the big announcement was the fact that Marvel has joined Disney Infinity. You're going to have the opportunity to play some of these characters and everything else. But they've also changed a few things literally in the toy box itself. They've got what are called builders. And builders are something that you can put into your toy box, and they will actually build structures for you as you're creating your new world, whether it be trees or whether it be caves or buildings. You're going to have the opportunity to use the buildings that you use in the Marvel universe from like the Avengers, like the Stark Tower, stuff like that. They'll build different things while you're in the toy box, you know, using your imagination to do so many other different things. And we've never had the opportunity to actually go inside of a structure itself. Now, a Cinderella's Castle was one thing. You could go inside of it. It did have some openings. But we're talking about an actual interactive inside of a room. Specifically, for these Marvel characters, if you wanted to create a room that was dedicated to Iron Man, there's an Iron Man couch, there's an Iron Man lamp, there's Captain America's shield you can put on the wall, and it's as simple as putting a door on the building, and you enter that door, you enter into that building. You can customize the inside of that building as well. So we've got changes to that. Eric, like you said, the new power discs, and there's also new different dungeon levels that you can try, tower defense that you can also do on the. I mean, there's possibilities, Eric, are just staggering when it comes to 2.0. And I don't have to buy a new base. I don't have to buy a new base to do all this. That's what I love. I love it.
No, hopefully, and this is what I love hearing, because this is something that really, it irritated me with Skylanders, because you had the original Skylanders, and then they came out with Skylanders Giants. Well, they said, oh, well, you can use the characters from Skylanders in Skylanders Giants. Well, you can't use the same base. So you have to pay extra on that. This, you should be able to just go out and buy the game. You won't need a starter kit unless you don't have one. You don't need a base unless you don't have one. But you can, if you've got all that stuff, just buy the game disc.
Well, see, that's one thing that concerned me, Eric, that they did not mention during the announcement itself. You know, they talked about how the fact that the characters you can use with the original base, and the characters that you're using now you can use with the Marvel characters, at the same time, stuff like that. What they did not mention, yes, you have the starter kit. It comes with 3 of Marvel characters. It comes with the actual world piece where you get to do the campaigns and everything else. But what if I already have a base? Are they going to sell it to where I can still get the 3 that are in the starter pack and the actual world that you put onto the base as well without having to buy a brand new base? They did not mention anything like that. So, in essence, what that's telling me is the fact that I've got to buy those 3 characters separately and also the game piece as well in order just to get started. That's what I'm worried about right there.
Yes, I'm not going to say that I'm not worried about that. I'm just saying you should be able to get just the game by itself.
Yeah, now, you should, but are you going to get the characters when you buy just the game?
Ultimately, really what I see is you have, like what they do with the toy box sets, like with Cars and with Toy Story, you'll get 2 characters and a playset piece.
Okay.
So that's what I see happening with this one. And then you'll get the characters separately and all that.
And I wonder if do you have to buy a new game disc to play 2.0, or is it going to be part of a download process if you already have the original disc? Is another question that they did not answer that a lot of people have asked.
Considering as businesses are in business to make money, I don't see this as a, hey, if you've got the game already, you can just download it.
Yeah.
I see this as being a second game, especially considering as all the unlockable content in the original Disney Infinity was already on the disc. I mean, you didn't download it offline. It was encoded onto the disc, and everything on it, like, say, the thing for Ralph, you needed the disc just to unlock it. The power disc or the figure just to unlock it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
But the problem is, though, Eric, if you've got a second game disc that you have to use in order to play 2.0, all that stuff that you unlocked previously in the 1.0, the original version, unless it carries over or is just automatically unlocked and available, you're not going to have any of that stuff available to you from the way they describe it if I'm having to buy a new disc.
Okay. The way I see that working is if you have the original, you put the new game in, and this is what they did with Shivering Isles and Oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
You put in the new disc, it'll spit it back out. It'll say, please insert the original disc. You put that in, it'll spit that back out and says, okay, now you can play this and you get to everything that you have.
Or it'll be available by downloadable content that you purchase.
So that's possible too.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of speculation there, but I like the cast of characters. I like the art design. And that's not even it. That's just Marvel. I mean, before the end of the year, I suspect that you're going to see a tie-in to perhaps, Beauty and the Beast. You're going to have a Belle and Beast set. You might have a another set with Eric and the Little Mermaid. Just there are a lot of figures that they have yet to release.
I noticed that.
A lot of Disney movies we can access.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. Kristen would be excited about having Beauty and the Beast or having Alice in Wonderland. I mean, how cool would it be to have Alice and Belle maybe team up and do a team, and then maybe the Beast
Remy.
yeah, you could do Remy. Remy and Mickey could team up for once. That would be kind of cool.
There you go. That's the Rat Pack right there.
I want Wall-E. That's who I want. I want Wall-E.
Well, yeah.
And did the Swedish Chef and Remy.
Ah, the cooks.
Animal. I want Animal.
You want Animal? Well, there you go. There's a lot of possibilities for that. I'm just glad the game is moving forward with Disney Interactive, actually putting out great content, and a game that has, that has made over 500 million? What was it?
500 million.
Oh, my dear Lord.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's a huge thing. That's Avengers-like numbers right there. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Is that all for the video game news this week, Eric?
I think so.
Now, Kristen, Jeff had alluded to the brand new bar that's going into the Poly, but you've got travel deals and other food news for Disney's Star Wars weekends. Kristen, why don't you go ahead and spill the beans on all that?
Okay, well, let's see. Victoria and Albert's, they received the AAA 5 Diamond Award for the 15th year in a row.
Go, imagine that.
I know, right? Okay, so they are one of 59 restaurants out of 30,000 that were chosen to receive that award. And they are one of just 2 in Florida.
Wow.
Cool.
That's amazing.
Oh.
And I haven't eaten there yet. That's what's even more amazing.
For Star Wars fans, they have added another dining option called Feel the Force. With this, what you'll get is a VIP viewing area of Star Wars Celebrity Motorcade. There's also a dessert party with a special viewing area of Symphony in the Stars fireworks, which is going to be the special Star Wars fireworks. During the motorcade, guests will have soft drinks, tea, coffee, water, and light snacks included in that. And then for the dessert party, the Darth Vader cupcakes will be included in that.
No, I am your cupcake.
The cost of this for adults is $54. For children, it's $32. Tax and gratuity is included. Full payment is due at time of booking.
That's actually a very reasonable price, Kristen. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Guests receive a special souvenir Disney photo pass card that will actually have a series of Star Wars weekend photos. And this option is available Friday, Saturday, and Sunday every weekend of Star Wars weekends.
Very cool.
Last bit of news that I have is the one that most people are always waiting for, and that is free dining.
Mm-hmm.
It actually started today for Disney Rewards Visa card holders. It's expected to be available to the general public on May 7th. Right now, the travel dates for that are August 31st through October 3rd, October 26th through November 1st, November 9th through the 20th, and December 12th through the 23rd. It requires a 3-night minimum, 2-day ticket. You can't book this for more than 14 days. Everybody in the resort is going to be on the same package, same stuff as always with Disney. It must be booked by August 8th. And the resorts that are not included in this are Fort Wilderness Campgrounds, 3-bedroom Disney Vacation Club villas, Little Mermaid rooms at Art of Animation, villas at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, All-Star Movies, Port Orleans Riverside, and French Quarter are excluded from that. If you book at a value, you get the quick service plan. You can upgrade to either the plus dining or the deluxe dining. And if you're staying at a moderate deluxe or deluxe villa, you receive the plus dining, but it can be upgraded to the Disney deluxe dining plan.
Hey, Kristen, can I ask a question?
Resort Visa, you can still book that plan now, and then that way, when it's available, I can go ahead and just apply this free dining part for you. So see, book now. You'll be one of the first people when it gets available to the general public. Take advantage.
Kristen, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Why is it that Disney has a tendency to almost skip the entire month of October when it comes to this every single year?
I think it's because of fall break for schools. They already have people coming in.
Okay. I was just kind of curious.
So I think that's what it is. Because the fall breaks run right through the middle of that month. And you can book it, like say you book it for October 3rd, you can take a 10-day trip and book it through the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to eliminate people from being able to, when they already know they're going to have people at the parks, of giving them a perk. They're looking for the down times and going, how can we get people here?
Yeah.
Right.
So.
You see, Jeff, she's got an answer for everything.
She does. She does have an answer for everything. That's
May
why
not
I
always be
only
the answer you want, but she's got an answer.
That's why I only use Kristen when I do my Disney vacations. I don't use
God
anybody
bless
else.
you, Jeff.
I know.
Your Disney gift card's in the mail, my brother. I like it. I like where you're here.
When she told me that her times that the two of you were looking at for that time of the year, my eyebrow just kind of went, "Oh, really? That's the time I'm looking at."
Wait. Did your inside voice go, "Oh my"?
My Disney side went, "Oh my."
All right, my man.
Right.
Get ready for La Cava del Tequila Part 2.
Oh my goodness! Oh man, hadn't done that in a while. Oh yeah.
And this time the cameras will be off.
Yep.
So.
Oh my god.
So.
Oh, too funny. Yeah,
you do learn. You learn.
Oh, Bubba, I don't know. You know, they had a dining plan out in Disneyland. Bubba asked if it's true that Disneyland might be offering free dining soon. I noticed that the dining plans were removed from the website.
Really?
You used to have like Mickey, Minnie, I think it was Donald, and I want to say there was one more. Maybe it was Goofy, but they're all gone. I went looking for them. I guess it was about a month ago. Not on there at all anymore.
Phasing them out.
Yeah.
Well.
So I don't know if maybe they're revamping them for the possibility of being able to do something like Disney World's dining plan, or if they just were like, we don't sell enough of these.
Yeah.
To bother with it.
Well. Interesting. Well, once again, for more details, you can always book your trip with Kristen. She'll take good care of you. And, of course, you'll be supporting the show as well. We've got to pay for this.com, damn it. So make it happen. Now, I just returned from C2E2. And, Jeff, if you want, feel free to pull up the photos from the Jedi Mouseketeer Facebook page. But, when we're going to get to the Star Wars news, have no fear. We're going to have some debate, I'm sure. But, we had a lot of fun. Of course, it was all about Marvel. I was able to meet Agent M, once again, our friend there who runs the digital content, Marvel.com. Just a great guy and fellow podcaster you need to check out This Week in Marvel podcast, because they talk about all the great stuff happening in the world of Marvel. From films to cartoons to TV shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., as well as comics. And just to give you a brief rundown of the stuff we covered last weekend, and you can actually hear about all of this on this week's episode of We Be Geeks podcast with the Mighty Marvel Geeks on Sorcerer Radio host Mike and our good friend Marty McFly and myself. We all were, we were there talking about it. But really quickly, just to give you what's going down, of course, Marvel's 75th anniversary is going down right now. and they're going to be celebrating, of course, their most popular characters. A bunch of Marvel comics going to be on sale through their Marvel app and their Marvel Unlimited as well. You need to check out Spider-Man, of course, the Fantastic Four, Iron Man, and the rest of those Silver Age characters. You're going to see Deadpool versus X-Force, and you're going to see Deadpool, of course, teaming up with one of the most lethal X-Men teams known to man. Storm, the X-Men herself, is going to get a brand new book as Marvel promotes positive female heroes this year, which is something the competition does not do very well. Of course, Captain Marvel is going great. Miss Marvel is going great right now. And, of course, they're going to continue the trend with the X-Men and, of course, Storm. Wolverine might be dying. Again. He lost his healing factor, and there's going to be a short story arc coming out this summer regarding the possible death of Wolverine and his final battle. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, he'll come back.
No, they are not allowed to kill Wolverine.
Well, you know that Marvel Comics, dead is not always dead.
Well, they're not allowed to kill him because I saved them.
And it happens Marvel TV Universe too, the cinematic universe, just like they did with Phil Coulson. You never know. Silver Surfer returns as the Herald of Galactus. It's a high-stress profession, but what do you believe in the Marvel Universe? I think it's going to be an interesting twist there to see what happens with the Silver Surfer this year. Daredevil's going to be having a new book. Spider-Man is back. Peter Parker has retaken his body over from the mind of Dr. Octopus. I don't know if you all knew this, but Peter Parker had this confrontation with Dr. Octopus last year and died. And once again, looks like he's coming back. So that should be really good. Stephen King is teaming up with Marvel to bring you Dark Tower, the Stephen King novel, of course, a great seller for Stephen King. And, of course, with Marvel behind it, it's going to be a quality piece of work. Daredevil will be back with a brand new series of comics as part of Original Sin, their brand new crossover event. And let's see, Marvel, celebrating its 75th anniversary, will look ahead to their 100th anniversary, talking about the future of the Avengers, Spider-Man, and X-Men in a very futuristic look at the Marvel Universe set 25 years from now. We also find out, spoiler alert, that Thor and Loki have another sibling. They have a sister. So you're going to find out all about that with Thor and Loki coming up with their sister Angela. So that is going to be really interesting as well. I already started reading it. It's pretty dang cool.
Oh, God. That's the
Todd McFarlane character. Yeah, you know what? It's working for me. You're not a big Todd McFarlane fan, Eric?
The whole Image thing just kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Well, you know what you should do? You should read the Guardians of the Galaxy book that's going on right now, and kind of reserve judgment. I think it was well received at C2E2, but this should be really interesting. So
I would
check that out.
I hope so. It's just it kind of goes back to when I worked in the industry. So it's just yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you worked during the comic boom in the 90s,
and was a victim of it. So
yeah, absolutely. More great team-ups. You know that George A. Romero will be continuing his work with the Empire of the Dead zombies in the Marvel Universe. Yes, they never die, just like some of their major characters. Uncanny X-Men, The Last Will and Testament of Charles Xavier will be explored in an upcoming episode or upcoming story arc. And I was also able to check out some brand new clips from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that you saw recently in this past Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Things are really heating up. If you want a second season of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on ABC, please tweet ABC as well as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Marvel and let them know you want more killer episodes of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I was also able to see some brand new footage, not brand new footage, but some footage from Ant-Man, which was great. It was during the Marvel Unlimited Plus special screening with Agent M. And let me say that it was a very nice Disney tie-in to It's a Small World. And I'll leave it at that. It's a very, very cool stuff you get to see there. So that was C2E2 in a nutshell. A lot of great reveals. Marvel doing really well in the comic book world. They are leading the industry in digital content, and I hope everyone checks out all of the free apps that they have to offer and some of the free comics as well, and share them with your kids. It's a lot of fun. Check out everything at marvel.com and JediMusketeer.com. But that is not the biggest news. I will say this too, Jeff. I don't know if you put out the Facebook page there yet, but Jedi Musketeer does have a bunch of pictures. Oh yeah, let me explain to you about these pictures. So we were also able to eat at the Squared Circle, which is Lisa Marie, who also played Tara on TNA Wrestling as Victoria in WWE. We met her again. She was able to talk to us a little bit, and we ate at a restaurant, which was cool. And you can see there the different pictures that are going through. Jeff, in the slideshow, we were able to, Marty and I were able to check out the brand new stuff at the Anovos booth, which had replica costumes. You'll get to see those replica costumes from Star Wars and Star Trek. I was able to attend the panel starring Stan Lee, and he talked about all things Marvel and how he came up in the comic book world, and you're going to hear some exclusive audio of that, hopefully in an upcoming WDW Tiki Room that I was able to get from Stan the Man Lee, and you can see all the cosplay that was going on. Daft Punk, excuse me, I dressed up like Nick Fury one day, and is thanks to our friends at HalloweenExpress.com, and was able to dress up as Captain Jack Sparrow. A lot of Transformers, a lot of Marvel cosplay, a lot of fun there at C2E2. Thanks, Jeff, for showing those pictures.
Oh, no problem at all.
Now, the very last story we're going to mention today, if I'm not mistaken, the big news, Lucasfilm and Disney announced the cast of Star Wars Episode VII, the original trilogy actors, return. It is confirmed. And even though it did not say what role they would be portraying, I think it's safe to say that Mark Hamill, as well as Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher, will be reprising their roles as Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and Princess Leia. We know that R2-D2 will be returning. We also hear rumblings that Peter Mayhew will be returning, as well as Chewbacca. Of course, there was a picture released, and you can see here that Peter Mayhew was part of a recent table read, script read, if you will. Not only were those actors involved there, but you also had Lawrence Kasdan, who was a screenwriter, along with Adam Driver. You had the different actors there at Pinewood Studios, Daisy Ridley, I said Peter Mayhew already, Brian Burke, producer, Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy, Dormanal Gleason, Anthony Daniels coming back as C-3PO, Mark Hamill, of course, Andy Serkis, Oscar Isaac, John Boyega. So who knows who all these other people will be portraying in the Star Wars universe. And I'm still holding out for hope that Billy D. Williams, Lando Calrissian, will be making a cameo in the film. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
You notice they're just saying Episode 7.
Yep.
They're not saying 8 and 9.
That's right.
There's no telling who's going to come in for 8 and 9.
Yeah, we don't know.
Billy D. could be coming in 8 and 9.
He could be.
Just like he did in 5 and 6.
That's right.
And
or Billy D's offspring.
There you go.
Which is a huge rumor as well.
Billy D's offspring.
I'm interested.
Yeah, Billy D. And I say Billy D's offspring, I mean Lando Calrissian's offspring. That's what I mean.
Now, one thing I did find interesting was the casting of Andy Serkis. Because what is he best known for?
Oh, I'm sorry?
What is Andy Serkis best known for? I'll give you a hint. It's not because of his face.
Oh, right. Right.
It's because he is known for playing Gollum, providing the voice and providing the motion capture. So I'm wondering, is this going to be Andy Serkis playing a character as, you know, a real flesh and blood character, or is this going to be him doing something similar? And if that's the case, I think this is going to be interesting.
I smell something a Sith. It could be. It very well could be. So, who knows? All I know is I'm excited about it. Having a cast picture, and the cast picture looks a lot like how they did in Star Wars back in the 70s. Nice black and white picture, very candid shot there of everybody, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. I will say this: there is always room for cameos. There's always room for other people to pop up in the Star Wars universe. Jeff, what do you think about the announcement? It's about damn time, don't you think?
I think it is about damn time. Yeah, definitely. Not knowing so many different things, though, I'm excited, but I'm going to be more excited when I start seeing the title. I'm going to be more excited when I start seeing teaser trailers. Not having Billy D. Williams in the cast at first kind of worried me. But now I'm really okay with it. I was never a big Lando fan in the first place. I mean, he was a good character. He was important.
Shame on you, Jeff Davis.
I know it. I know. He just I don't know. Just
no 45 for you, my friend.
I was more concerned with Luke, Leia, and Han. Those are my three. That's who I wanted. That's majority of who everybody wanted, was to see those three actually back and reprising those roles and making Episode 7 what could have been for Episodes 1, 2, and 3. This is their opportunity to regain themselves from the dismal, extremely pathetic excuses for 3 episodes 1, 2, and 3. That that they
don't mince words, Jeff Davis.
I mean,
how do you really
yeah, especially. I mean, not so much episode. I loved Episode 3, but I mean, when you start with Episode 1 and the way that turned out, they really, really need to regain their fan base with this brand new movie. It's
says the man wearing a Darth Maul t-shirt.
I can't help it. I have full. I have full confidence.
Of the third act, I mean, the third act was damn good. I mean,
you know what?
If I had to go back, would you pay $50 to see that Darth Maul battle? Well, hell yes, you would.
Hey, you know what? I think that, and when you take a look at what J.J. Abrams has done, especially with new Star Trek movies and everything else, I'm very confident that he's going to do a fantastic job on this. And you cannot please everybody, and you're going to have your haters. You're going to have the people that dissect it to unbelievable amounts. I'm sure if you listen to Rebel Force Radio the day after it premieres, you're going to probably hear all kinds of different things, but everybody has their own little quirks and likes and dislikes and stuff like that. But to see the original cast back, it's going to be great.
There's been a bunch of dissecting already.
There has been. Yeah, there really has.
Yeah.
What I found interesting, though, I got this picture up of pretty much the entire cast for Episode 7 here for Star Wars. Is it me, or is it Peter Mayhew, the only person that really cares about the script right now, because everybody else is just kind of chit-chatting and doing their own thing? Look at Peter. He's actually getting into that script there. He's checking out what's going on. And
he's wanting to make sure he's got his lines right.
Yeah, I mean, means a lot, right? I heard a lot of people mention that. So
this may be the only time he gets to read the entire script, because typically they just get little parts of the script and then they'll have it put in a little case with a Tesseract and have it locked away in a big vault.
No kidding, right? So, I do like how they have R2 in the background. They're in the crate and just waiting to come out and.
Who else is in the crate? Anthony Daniels. Anthony Daniels not pictured in the cast photo.
I did notice that. He is not there, yeah.
I thought he was. I thought he was like at the bottom left.
Oh, is he? Oh, I'm sorry. He might be. I'm sorry. I don't know. I just wanted to
Hard
say
to tell.
In the crate. What's in the box?
What's all that back there? Yes, open it up. We want to see,
Open the box.
Or, of course, it could be. I mean, here's the thing about Peter Mayhew and Chewbacca. We were making fun about, it's like, do I do or whatever. In the original Star Wars movies, he was given actual lines to say.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
if you look at the raw footage, you'll see like Chewbacca standing all of like 8 foot tall and very hairy, and he'll just go into soft Welsh accent. That old man's mad.
That's right.
I mean, just stuff like that, and it just sounds really surreal. But then when they dub it, it's kind of like, well, okay, so that's what that means.
Well, it's about to become real here shortly, because when they made this announcement, Aljon, they specifically said we are 2 weeks away from starting to film this thing.
Right.
So it's real, it's happening, and there's going to be a lot of things to look forward to. So,
well, speaking of that, not a whole lot of things. Well, we have a lot of things to look forward to, but this comes on the heels of an announcement that all the novels and everything that you've played in video games and different things is no longer canon, which means that all of that stuff is basically taking place in some type of alternate universe, as we say, the multiverse, if you will. So all those millions of books and video games and comic books that we've come to know and love, those things are not canon, and moving forward, video games, books, and everything will be canon from here on out, as Lucasfilm tries to reestablish themselves and trying to put things forward that all fit in a continuity that is based on what you've seen in Star Wars The Clone Wars, the animated series, Star Wars Rebels, the animated series, and all 6 of the saga films that have been released on the big screen.
But the thing, though, Aljon,
mm-hmm.
and this is what a lot of, and you and I have both seen a lot of fanboy rage over this.
Of course.
And basically, you can sum it up with the saying, I've been such a wreck since Lucasfilm said my favorite unofficial non-canon stuff was non-canon and unofficial.
Right.
I mean, the point is the whole, what they call the expanded universe. That's for those of you who don't know, that's what he's talking about here.
The EU.
The EU. These are basically everything that is not from, that you do not see in the movies, the 6 movies, and the Clone Wars TV show. Everything else is expanded universe. Yeah. Now, this has been what they call non-canon and unofficial since the get-go. Yeah. But nobody seems to realize that. Okay, some people don't realize that. And then all this is Lucasfilm, and of course, people are blaming Disney left and right on this. People, it's not Disney's doing this. This is Lucasfilm making this decision. Yeah. It was a total in-house decision from the get-go.
Sure.
But all this was Lucasfilm reminding everybody that, hey, the only official story is what you see on the movie screen and what you see on the TV screen.
Mm-hmm.
And people are losing their freaking minds over this.
Yeah, duh.
I've seen people saying, I'm going to go throw away my books now. Or, I refuse to deal with Star Wars anymore. Star Wars is dead to me. Some person actually said, I'm thinking of starting up a class action lawsuit.
No, that's awesome.
Against Disney and Lucasfilm because, X number of years of my life are wasted. And it's like, dude, the stories are still good stories. The books are still on the shelf. I bought Heir to the Empire and had Timothy Zahn himself autograph it to give to the clone for his Christmas present. You know what? I had my hand on that book today. That book didn't go anywhere. It doesn't matter that it's not part of the official story. It's still a good story, and it's still a good read. So get your panties out of your wad, put on your big boy britches, and go over it.
Exactly. Go ahead and do it. Here's my signed copy of Heir to the Empire myself.
There it is.
So,
by the way, Timothy Zahn, sci-fi author extraordinaire, is a big fan of The Incredibles.
Oh, yes, he is. And by the way, we're hoping to have Timothy Zahn on the show on Tiki Room real soon. And I have to cut you off, Eric. We're going to be talking about this more in depth in a future episode next week. Kristen, if she's off the phone, I know she's been on the phone with Disney for a while. She might want to talk about her trip report really quick. I don't know if she wants to do that or not. Maybe she's still on the phone with Disney. So Okay, there you have it.
All right.
We'll get a trip report from her next week.
Yeah, we can come back and give a trip report. Kristen, of course, spent some time on the Disney Cruise Line doing some travel agent training. She's got the latest and greatest news about the Disney Cruise Line, as well as some upcoming things. You know, we're going to be able to see Team Sorcerer Radio as well as WDW After Dark at the live event happening at Disney Hollywood Studios for Star Wars Weekends, Week 2. And you'll also be able to check out. I don't know what I'm saying. We'll also see our live broadcast from both parks. I'm losing my damn mind. You don't understand. The past few days have been absolutely crazy with me. Not only have I not been able to talk, but I've been doing a bunch of stuff.
It's okay. I called Donald a name, so I'm not going to judge, okay? Trust me. It's okay.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, you're fine.
But we want to make sure that you get to rock your Disney side. And you want to make sure you check out Sorcerer Radio and Tiki Room live event coverage that's going to be happening week 2 of Star Wars Weekends. For more details, you can check out JediMusketeer.com and join the Sorcerer Radio Disney Fun Zone for free on Facebook. We want you to get up in there. We want you to like and subscribe to us on Twitter and Facebook at WDW Tiki Room. And don't forget, you know, Spider-Man is opening this weekend. You want to take the family out. You want to make sure you click on the Fandango link to purchase your tickets. Every little bit, whether you purchase stuff through Fandango or Amazon, will help the show. We do appreciate it. In fact, you don't even have to buy anything. Just take a look and see what some of our affiliates have to offer, whether it's buying collectibles like action figures from Entertainment Earth, Groupon. Everybody's down with Groupon, or Tervis, or buying chocolates for Mother's Day with Ghirardelli. Those are great things that you can do. And you can also pick up any Dining at Disney book there as well and support Kristen and book your trip through Magical Journeys Vacations. That's all the plugs for now. Once again, Eric, where can people follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter at SorcomReview, all one word. Also follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/SorcomReview.
Jeff Davis. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. If you want to hit me up with an email, you can do it at sorcom@srsounds.com.
Oh, yes. Do it. Do it now. Jeff Davis, put yourself over.
You can find me on Twitter over at DW... What is it? DW_60. I had to think about it for a second. I was like, where the hell am I? On Twitter at DW_60. Also Jeff Davis _75, or just look for me on Facebook.com/DW60. I'm in the fun zone and all the other stuff. So I'm easy to find. Easy to get a hold of. Thanks.
Yeah, check it out. Like and subscribe to all their pages and feeds. Kristen, once again, you can find her at magicaljourneysvacations.com, diningatdisney.com, and you can follow her on Facebook and Twitter at diningatdisney. Please do that. And you can also follow me at JediMusketeer.com and at WDW Tiki Room, at WDW After Dark, for Pete's sakes. Follow at WDW After Dark on Facebook and Twitter. Like and subscribe to our YouTube page. Jeff, we're trying not to go over. We're trying to make sure that our videos are not violating copyright, trademark, or any other thing that we have on the internet. But of course, if you can't find the videos on YouTube and your mobile device, you can always check it out on broadcast at Livestream. Damn it. Go ahead and like our page on Livestream. Spread the word about us, why don't you? Before we sign off today and play Let It Go by Jeff Davis and Phyllis doing a sign-off for us. No.
No.
Come on, let it go, Jeff.
I have to talk with Phyllis about this privately, so we'll see. We will see.
Jeff, let go your feelings.
Oh my God.
Be one with the Force.
Oh my
God. Let it go with Cardman. You know you want to.
No, we just need to do hashtags. That's all we need to do.
Okay. by golly, Jeff, why don't you go ahead and read off the hashtags?
All right, we've got After Darkers. We've got Sorcerer Radio Disney Fun Zone. We have Rock With Your Balls Out, Ground Stumps, Plethora, Virgin Face, Gomer Beaver, Haterators, Francis the Hut, Doritos Extreme, Phyllis Cameo, Merchandising, Donald the What, and Billy D, Offspring, Catch Out, finally, Losing My Damn Mind. Your hashtags tonight for WDW After Dark.
Thanks again to Easy E-Ray for posting those on our Facebook page. And my gosh, does he have them all indexed or what?
I know, right?
He's like, I can't believe it. He's got like hashtags referencing, Francis from like last year, which is amazing.
Crazy, yeah,
to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you everyone for tuning into the show, whether you're watching us live every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern or on demand, YouTube and live stream. We thank you for listening. We thank you for watching. And by the way, we're going to have a Star Wars contest being announced on May the 4th on JediMouseketeer.com where you can win something cool.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. And yes, and now Phyllis will sing Let It Go. Come on.
Oh, that would be time to cue our credits. Roll the credits. We're out of here. We're gone. No, you're not. No.
Phyllis?
No.
Phyllis. You want to come out and play? Yay.
I don't want to sing yet. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to sing. I'll do it when I want, damn it.
Thanks again, everybody. Have a great weekend, and may the 4th be with you. Phyllis, may the 4th be with you, Phyllis.
What is that? What is that? Do I have a bill due on the 4th? Jimmy, go check my bills. Go get my bills, you little son of a bitch.
We'll see you next week.